All right, let's get started.
Well, yeah.
We'll pretend the video just played.
Woo!
All right, welcome to Friendly Pod. We are five friends in Philadelphia, minus one tonight. Zach couldn't join us because we are real people and we get busy sometimes. But the four of us are still going to trudge on. There he is. He's looking awfully green tonight.
Into a stuffed Geico lizard.
We like to discuss music. We all pick a song and we put it on a playlist called Friendly Finds on Spotify. You can find it on Spotify at Friendly Finds. You can also find us on Instagram at Friendly Pod, YouTube Friendly Pod, and you can email us suggestions for future episodes at friendlypod@gmail.com. So let's get started. We're going to get right into the music here, guys. What do you guys have on the list? Let's start with Ben.
So I picked kind of an interesting combination of three songs, very different. I have kind of a song that's more ambient than anything else, but from a person that I'm very familiar with because I actually teach with them, which I always think is super cool.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, I've seen him perform a million times. So they're called the Witherbys. And it's actually, it's a guitar teacher from the school I work at and a former student who have kind of started putting together some music together, and it's fantastic. So the new song's called Linger, and it is just like this. It's so hard to describe, but it's beautiful. Her voice is amazing. And it is excellent, just like relaxing tunes. And I think, I could be wrong, but I think they actually self-created their vinyls because when I bought the single on vinyl, basically the sheet that they sent it on is like this very thin plastic sheet that can play the song on my record player, which
That
was
is
one of
so cool.
the coolest experiences. And then for to hear her voice and the guitar kind of just trailing in.
So the teacher you teach with is the male portion of the band?
So there's a couple of members of the band, but the primary members are a guitarist who is the teacher I teach with, and the singer who is a former student.
Does he teach music?
Yeah, he teaches guitar.
So that's got to be like kind of a dream situation where you get to like end up making music with one of your pupils like in the future. Yeah. That's so cool.
For sure.
I like that song. That was the first one on the playlist. And honestly, I listened to it a ton because for those of you tuning in, we had to skip a week and there was an episode that didn't drop because we don't have too many in the tank. And just in case this happens again, I didn't want to mess that up. That said, Mike's episode drops tomorrow, 9 a.m.
Woo!
Yes.
Woo!
I love that it was called Linger because before I clicked on it, I'm like, is this going to be a weird cover of Do You Have to Let It Linger?
The Cranberries.
That's the same thing I thought too. Yeah.
I was like, yo, is this going to be a Cranberries cover? Because it could be pretty dope. And then it wasn't, but it was also pretty dope. So it was fun.
So they do actually have a couple of different covers too that are really nice. Like and I know there's some Beatles naysayers here, but they think they did a Beatles cover that was really good.
I'm not a Beatles naysayer, but they stole some stuff. That's all I'm saying.
Sure. Zach's the big Beatles naysayer. So if you want any Beatles stuff to get out there without.
I should share all my Beatles love now. I've seen them perform a couple of times locally, and it's an experience. It's fantastic. So it's a fun song. It's great for having on and relaxing, or if you're working, it's that kind of music.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Michael?
That's what I'm thinking, because I think if you tune in at the one of our early episodes, I forget where we put it out, but I added one song and it was like a work, like a just kind of like a chill pop kind of beat, like work stuff. So when I heard that song, Ben, I was like, okay, I can chill and do some work and not freaking out. It's been a while since my songs were added, so I am just going to highlight one that I hated like the first like 30 seconds I listened to it, and it was Fever by Just Friends. And
it's a great song, Mike.
I really didn't like it, and I listen to songs, try to listen to new stuff if it's on radio stations for songs I like on Spotify to get new stuff in my head, and I flagged it. No intentions of adding it, and then I listened to it a couple more times, and especially when the female singer comes in and sort of kind of starts a little rap verse there. It seems like she's kind of rapping. I just love the message. It's upbeat. It's lovely. It's about feelings, and you can't hate it.
Mike, contrary to previous weeks, I loved all of your ads this week.
Whoa!
I would go even further to say that this is my favorite, like in the aggregate that we've made so far. The one that I like from beginning to end. I really did enjoy this.
It is very
playlist.
good.
Yes.
Because Mike, you just added in like some of like the slow country stuff, and I just was not in the mood for it, to be honest. And that's on me. That's not on you, right? Like that's a me issue. But the 3 that you posted this week, I was like, wait, because on my phone it doesn't say, like, it just shows the icon. It doesn't show who added them, like the name next to it.
Try to run that
right?
without I look at the list. You can see I try to listen without looking at it.
Right. And I looked. I was like, who added this stuff? This is awesome.
I totally missed the one you highlighted, but did you highlight Fever?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that song is so good.
It's so good.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm weird. I think it's just the guy's voice in the beginning until I realized like it's actually really good. I mean, the other two songs.
Got a fever.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I mean, the other two, yeah, I know. One's like a sort of EDM song. I thought that was just kind of throwaway, and then the other one's a cool alt rock song that I really like. But Just Friends seems kind of, that song is like Fever seems funky, and I liked it. So there you go.
Mike, I liked Monsters, by the way. That song's really good. I really enjoyed that.
One of Steve's songs made me cry. Maybe he'll highlight it.
Oh, yeah. I hope that's what highlights.
I think
it's a good one.
Yeah.
I am going to highlight it. The song that I'm picking this week is "Sorry Mom" by the band Camino. They
also, for new
it.
listeners, he only highlights the band Camino every week.
I want to. I was like, I'm gonna have to do it again. I'm just gonna have to do it. I'm also super stoked because they're actually opening for my dad's favorite band, and now I get to see them at the Wells Fargo Center come September. So I'm pretty stoked on that.
Very cool.
But anyway, it's neither here nor there. Their new song is called "Sorry Mom." It's an acoustic song about the lead singer who basically, it's like an apology letter to his mom about how he goes out too much, he drinks too much, he curses too much, and like he thinks that he's a bad brother, but he's really, in the end, he's just like, I just hope that you are still proud of me because I am doing stuff, but it might not be the way you want it, but I'm still doing it. And I'm doing big things, I think. And I'm stoked about what I'm doing. And I hope you are too. And I was visiting friends of Sarah and I in Asbury Park. And it was the first time I listened to it, and I had it on in my headphones, and I was running on the boardwalk in Asbury Park. And I started crying while I was running.
That's a good run.
Yeah, it's a great run spot. But then on top of that, I was just like, it's beautiful. I'm by myself. It's really early in the morning. And I just like went, and I was like, crap. Good thing there's not a lot of people here.
A small lady walked up to Steve and was like, son, are you okay? Are you doing all right?
It's okay. It's okay, little man.
And then she sang Glory Days by Bruce Springsteen to you.
Yeah, she's like,
while she cradled you in her arms.
Music. Have you heard of Bruce Springsteen?
I mean, but let's be honest, they would listen to Billy Joel, first of all. Second of all, the perfect follow-up to One Last Cigarette, though. Like,
yes, it is.
Yeah.
Put those two songs together, it's a story. Like,
there's a line in the song that just kind of like spoke to me, because there's been like some songs like I've sent, like Ben and Steve are like my two people I'll like send like demos to and be like, what do you think of this? But sometimes I'll send a demo to my mom and she's like, I don't like what you're talking about here. And there's a line that's like, I'm sorry for all the things I said in my songs. And I was like, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who do you send demos to? That isn't me.
I respect your opinion too much, Mike, and I just get worried
Dude.
that you might you're gonna cut me to the bone. I can take.
Great cover. Excellent.
But also, I actually believe you.
Yeah. For
My
me,
game's
if you're done,
just-
Steve, are you complete? Do you feel
yeah.
full? You think Mom's proud?
I
Okay,
have you
cool.
guys. I'm always complete.
Sorry, Mom.
Steve, did you finish?
See, I am sorry,
I was
Mom.
finished.
Mom, if you're listening to the podcast,
Sorry, Mom.
Right, exactly.
We're all sorry.
Mom,
sorry.
sorry Mike said that.
Sorry, Mrs. Seibel as well.
Right.
I'm actually very proud of my 3 that I put on here. I'm going to mention 2 of them very quickly, not my highlights. Ben got me into Leon Bridges. I think he's one of the best modern R&B vocalists of our time. There's a new song called Motorbike. It's super smooth, and it's just kind of about him taking out a girl on the motorbike and how like there is no worries on the motorbike. Second one is called Coda by a band called Dead Poet Society. That is just, I love the chorus. It really drives and says exactly what he means. But what I'm going to highlight is called And So It Went, featuring the guitarist from Rage Against the Machine, Tom Morello, by a band called The Pretty Reckless. And if you are not turned on to The Pretty Reckless, you really should be, because I know everybody here and most of the people in the world are fans of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. The little girl in Cindy Lou Who is the lead singer of The Pretty Reckless.
that's incredible.
And
That's
her
great.
transformation from Cindy Lou Who to this lead singer is kind of incredible. And this song, So It Went, has kind of, they're much more hard rock. This is more of like an anthemic rock song that kind of harkens back to like a Pink Floyd, The Wall, where there's like a kid gang vocal at the end, which is kind of amazing. So check it out. And she is a fantastic vocalist. I mean, she never lost it, but she's a whole different breed of woman now. So very cool, female-driven hard rock. So that's my entry this week.
Great. And I'll cover Zach's because
Cover
I
Zach.
accidentally added the same song that Zach had already put on this playlist, and I didn't realize it. He put on 2. I accidentally deleted the one, even though I meant to delete mine. It only deleted his, and I don't get it because it's the same song. But either way, he had a song called Scumbag, which I love because his name call of choice, which is just great. But the song that I'll cover for him is called Bitter by Chunk No Captain Chunk.
Okay.
Really great, just kind of vibe right out of 2009, 2010 pop punk. Just zooms you right back there. It's upbeat. It's in your face. They have, a recorded line from something in there as well as like a quick little break. I mean, it's got all the elements of, mid to late 2000s.
Yeah,
all in
No
one
Captain
song.
Chunk is fun. They're a French band. You can tell when you think about it when you listen to them,
Yeah.
but they are like the forerunners of easycore. So they like to have some good crunches in their songs, which I really enjoy. But
Or
they
a
haven't
little
put out
chunk,
new
you know
music
what
in
I
a
mean.
very long time.
See, I have not heard from them in
Yeah.
a while.
So it's good to hear from them.
Pretty stoked. Yeah. But yeah, that's Zach.
Okay.
In a nutshell.
Well, we can wrap up the friendly finds again. If you
Thanks, Zach.
want to follow the songs, thank you, Zach, in your green dinosaur form. If you want to follow the songs, take a listen to what we have, you can find it at Friendly Finds on Spotify. And for all the songs we've done in previous episodes, including this episode, you can look at Friendly Finds Forever, all with a PH, because we're Philly born and bred. Now let's get into our topic this week, which I really I did these notes 2 weeks ago at this point, and I think we can already find out what Zach would respond to one of these. But this section is called "The Friends Get Peeved," and I want to talk about our biggest pet peeves.
Yikes.
So
Nice.
let's go around the horn. And let's just see. This is a 3-parter, but I want to start with your biggest general pet peeve, what would that be?
Okay.
I got an answer for other people. But,
Okay.
so,
I hate when Mike interrupts me.
Perfect.
But the reality, I think, and it's a cliche. The thing I'm going to say is an absolute cliche. Listeners, I know this is going to hit home for a lot of you. You're going to be like, "This is why Ben's my favorite on the podcast. This is why he's the guy."
wow.
Thank you. I cannot stand all staff emails.
Oh,
Okay. All staff emails. And what I mean by that is, if it's pertinent information to the whole staff, then sure, send in all staff. My problem is the responses. Okay. The guy down in the other department that has to say, sounds good.
on the
Send an
reply all.
all-staff email.
Yeah.
And sends that back to all. Why reply all, bro? Why reply all?
No need. Yeah.
Reply all it's just like the button needs to be used less.
It should be grayed out. It should sense that's an email that you don't.
Yeah, there
reply all.
must be a way for it to sense that it was like an all company email, and the reply all should be grayed out.
Like, oh, you have 7 new emails. It's just a thread of people saying, congratulations.
Truly, though, you should. The person at fault is the person that sent the email, because if you blind copy it, the reply all will not go to everybody.
Wow, look at that. That's so true, and I never even thought about that. I don't
And
send
if you make a email list in like Outlook or even Google, you can do settings for your certain lists, and you can have the reply all. I'm pretty sure you can turn it off for a lot of
That's
different.
so funny. I didn't even think of that, but that's actually a big one for me too. That's terrible.
It's mind numbing because the amount of emails also. Well, see, I could go into email stuff forever. It's just my inbox is stuffed with forwarded junk from people that I cannot. All right. Anyway, Mike. I'm heated.
My biggest pet peeve is when people refuse to believe that Joe Biden won the election.
I love it.
Sure.
No. But in all reality, it has something to do with driving. And quite frankly, I don't know what it is because there are so many things that bother me about how people drive. I don't. Where do I begin? I can't even think of it. It's everything from when I'm trying to. I can't even think of it. There's so many issues with driving that piss me off, and I'm probably the problem. But I think of like when I'm trying to get off at an exit, and everyone starts getting into the right lane like 6 miles before the exit, and the exit lane is just crawling. Mm-hmm. So their biggest pet peeve is probably me, who waits till the very end and then cuts over. But my biggest pet peeve driving related, it's probably what it is. Trying to get off. People are. Steve, is that you trying to zip in with your little clown car?
No, that's what pisses me off is people that zoom on the closed lane up to the end. Pisses me off.
See, I have a rule.
I was just saying I agree.
I have a rule. When the Google Maps says 2 miles, that at the average speed, 2 miles will take you about 3 to 5 minutes. That's when you should start getting over. If you start getting over at the 6 mile mark, like Mike said, that's gonna pull the right lane to a crawl. But you can't wait until a half mile because then the flow is messed up. Mike, if I may, I think your pet peeve here is what Ben is trying to fix in his career path, and that is general stupidity. Like if you just move, if you help the flow of traffic move naturally, like if you have to waste gas or fan your brakes to get off an exit, you did something wrong. And I would guess 85 to 90% of people are doing one of those two to get over. And the worst is the people that zip in without using a signal.
Oh.
Because they think they're going to be sneaky. It's like, I know what you're doing, buddy.
Usually they're driving an Audi or a
So what I always think when people do that is you think you're better than me. Like you think that your time is more important than my time.
Exactly.
That's why you don't have to wait in line,
this
but I
is-
have to wait in line.
This is right in line with my pet
You
peeve.
think your time
See,
more
this is the
important
best
than mine.
because I knew this
You're
conversation would
slow.
be good because as we start talking about pet peeves, you'll realize that there's a hierarchy of pet peeves that flow down from every pet peeve.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Which leads me to mine, and mine is people being openly inconsiderate towards others. Like, it drives me insane. This goes from like littering to cutting someone off to like so Philly, littering's a huge thing, especially up in the northeast, like where I am. Littering and but just like when people take advantage at other people's expense, or like just are so inconsiderate about the fact that other people live around them or that have to interact with something that they're interacting with, and they can't be bothered to be conscientious towards someone else, drives me insane. Because like it's part of, I guess, one of my core values is like, you know, let's be considerate towards others. Like, obviously, yes, I can be selfish at times, but I try my hardest not to be. And that goes from people that I know to people I don't know. And some people, it just stops at the people they know and doesn't go to their neighbor. And I'm like, the whole point about us being a society and like even partially American in a way, right, is like being neighborly. And when people aren't, and they just kind of spit at that in the face, it drives me insane. I'm just like, you didn't clean this up. You parked in between two spaces like an asshole so that no one else can park in front of or behind you, right? To use Mike's example. Like, the list goes on and on and on and on.
Well, that's like a millennial trait that always comes up is like when millennials are done at a restaurant, we put everything together.
Yes.
Right.
Other people don't do that.
Yeah.
I like stack plates in the bowls.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'll like hand it to the waiter or waitress and be like, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I'm like, why don't,
Like, yeah.
or yeah. Like what?
This is not a big deal. I don't know why this shouldn't be a big deal. I'm just being considerate. Sorry.
Yeah.
Josh, go ahead.
Mine's kind of similar to you. And it's something I struggled with for a long time, and I've made a big deal about it, and I think that's why it drives me nuts sometimes. So mine is, put simply, over-promising and under-delivering. And I can't stand, especially like in a work setting. It's just, if you say you're going to do something, you got to get it done. You just got to get it done. Because other people are relying on you. So that's like my biggest one, hands down, is just if you're gonna do something, do it right, and just make sure that everybody's happy in the end. Because that is, I mean, I can apply that to driving too. Like, if you're gonna get on the highway, you better get off the exit the right way. So maybe I'm just an angry person, but yeah, that's my quick one. My second part of this question is more from, I didn't click anything. Why did that just open? What is, all of us here are in relationships, and Zach, who is not here, is also in a relationship. But let's say you are just entering a new relationship. What is a pet peeve specifically with a significant other or someone that you're trying to date that is an absolute deal breaker? Go, Steve. Your hand's up.
Squeezing the toothpaste from the middle of the tube onto a toothbrush.
That's so specific.
If that happens, I throw it against the wall and I throw them out of my house.
Gotcha.
Can't handle it.
Okay.
Can't handle it.
Like, these are deal breakers, so like I can't say something that my significant other does, but I'm still with them.
Well, hold on to that, because that's part 3 of the question.
Oh boy.
Deal breaker. Sorry if this applies to anybody, but
This is something you can't get through with love. Like, it's just, this is the wall.
You paint your eyebrows on. That's just my opinion. Maybe you have like a hair consistency problem and you got to do it, or you need tattoo up there. Like, that's fine. But if it's like, it looks good, but you just don't like the color and you just paint it on.
Okay.
Has this happened to you, Mike? Have you were they like sweating on a date and they were like looked like they were inking from the eyebrows?
I think we all know who he's talking about.
You literally you made me think about every past relationship, and I had to think of one that clearly didn't work and something about it, so I said it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you got one?
Sure. So I'm kind of having a hard time because I'm like flexible to the point where it's probably bad for me, but
that's accurate.
yeah, like I'm not one to ruffle feathers in that way. I'm not like, but I do think that for me, probably a deal breaker that I never faced, that I was fortunate to never face, but like also why would I face it? Because it's so dumb. I don't think I'd ever date a smoker. I don't think I could handle it. Like if you smoked cigarettes and that was something you just did.
Yeah.
I think I'd be out.
And like the flow of conversation is interrupted by like, hey, I gotta go.
The flow of conversation, everything smells sometimes. You know, just why? Just the money. You wait, like it's probably crazy to think about how much money is wasted on that.
Yeah.
You could probably include like opiate use in general, probably there too.
Opiates.
I mean,
I'm not really looking for like a drug addict when I'm going for dates. That's a good point, I guess.
Ben's okay. Ben's not okay with a smoker, but if they're like into benzos,
like if you're gonna drink lean all the time, I'm kind of into that because like I'm into hip hop culture. But
right. I just wanted to know where the line was.
That's so funny.
Pills and some drugs don't have scent, so whatever. If it doesn't smell, then it's fair game for Ben.
Mine is, and this is probably like having, like, it's my fault, but I have a very specific side of the bed. And if somebody's like, no, that's my side, then that's really hard for me to get over. Like, because I have a hard time sleeping in the first place. So I need to be comfy. So
your guys are all like funny, specific things. And like mine is just like a lifestyle choice that's just bad. Like,
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Like, I saw a girl picking her nose once. I'm out, dude.
Dude, we have to have at least some type of spectrum, right? You're on one end.
There's got to be a spectrum.
We're on the other end.
All right. So to my next part, I said, since we are all in relationships, what is a pet peeve you guys have with your significant other that you secretly hate but you deal with out of love?
When she squeezes the tube in the middle when she presses her.
I heard footsteps upstairs come closer to the stairs, so I don't know.
Mike's spidey sense went off.
I mean, like, Bridget already yelled during the last question. I hope you didn't hear it, but you did.
I didn't hear it at all.
We didn't. No.
Pet peeve you deal with out of love. It's probably the sleeping. I'm just going to go with the sleeping thing because I have trouble sleeping, and I hear an echo. But I keep talking anyway. I don't like to necessarily be touched when I'm sleeping, but I like cuddling. So I will just, my side of the bed doesn't exist. It's her part of the bed too. It's all hers. So I'll just take over the side. She'll roll around top of me, and it is what it is. And I'll deal with it because
you're in love.
I'm in love. Her happiness is very important to me.
Ben?
I have I have a couple of thoughts now that I've been thinking about things for a little while. One of the things that I definitely deal with fairly regularly is some gas that usually seems to come out during sleepy times, and I find it very frustrating.
Dutch ovens.
It happens far more than I would want it to happen. That's true. But I think one of the other things that I try my best to put up with, and it's every 2 weeks we probably have a conversation about it, is the thermostat. The thermostat is a hot point of contention. And I say hot because I lose. And the thermostat is constantly hotter than I want it to be. I am naturally a bit of a polar bear. Mm-hmm. That's my classification.
And you're a dad.
I like to be cold.
Yeah.
And my wife likes money more than that. So
So here we go. This mine goes in perfectly with that. I think it's not from a money standpoint. So I'll preface it that way first, but it was something I grew up with that everybody's like, parents just don't understand. I'll never do that. But like Chandler, when she walks through the house, it's like, I can tell where she's been because the lights just follow her and they stay on. And it drives me
That's pretty
up
good.
a wall, like to the point where like I'll be like sitting on the couch and I'll be like watching TV and I'm like, what is that glare? And I look over and like the bathroom door's open and all the lights are on, like the fan's still on, but I like lean in and I like check and then I was like, no one's in there. And I just like, I usually will let it go. And then like 15 minutes of my blood boiling, I'll just be like, will you turn off the goddamn light? Like, please turn off the lights. Like, there's so many lights on. Why are like the power of the sun's going on in the apartment?
Have you guys thought about how your place might just be haunted and maybe
It could be that too, but I think it's too small for a ghost to also live here. There's only room for a dog and two of us.
Oh, okay.
If a ghost was here, I would definitely have brushed shoulders, and I have not done that yet.
Josh, I'm so with you. You'll see this weekend when you're here. Our second floor laundry area has a light that always controlled from upstairs, and it's always left on. And I'm down there on the couch, and I'm looking at the stairs, and I'm like, I look at her. And
it goes through your head. You're just like, do I
like,
say
why is that
anything,
light
or do
on?
I'm not going to take this fight tonight. Sometimes I just won't take the fight. Not that it's really a fight. It's just more like, can you please go turn that off? Because
I hate to be that guy as like the married guy in the group, but like that's life from now on.
Yeah, that's
Like,
kind of the point of this question.
If you wanted, you could fight every day. It's like, is it worth it today? It's like,
no, it's not.
yeah.
It's never.
I will also offer an actual answer rather than the toothpaste tube thing. It's very small, but it's just she doesn't always pay attention while she's driving to where she's going.
I thought you're going like a testicle reference here, but okay.
She likes to cup my balls
in a
and
weird
I don't
way.
like it.
Like, that's not what you're supposed to do. No.
I'm gonna make this so dry for you. It's like a
My
desert.
mom's watching. This isn't good.
She'll just put
so
on
many
sandpaper
things.
gloves before.
Yeah.
Here's the sandpaper. Here's the 90 grit, Steven. You ready?
Hi, honey.
Yeah.
No, she'll sometimes just like miss turns that she knows are there. She's like, "Oh, I wasn't paying attention." I'm like, well, "Were you paying attention to your driving? You should be paying attention to the road, in your car, and where you're going."
Yeah.
That's it.
Listen, this is gonna sound mean, but do you ever have a moment where you look at this other person and you think, "How have you made it this far?" Because if I'm being totally honest, that moment happens more than I'd like it to happen. But it's usually Steve while we're driving. And like, I'll be like, we're going to Walmart, which is literally like I could throw a rock at it. And she's like, which way do I turn?
Ben, we were at a restaurant probably back like right after Christmas. And one of the restaurants had like this, it was all over Instagram. They had like this specialty mulled wine. And Chandler kept like sending me Instagrams of it. So we went there the one night and we're eating with friends. And this is not the first time something like this has occurred, but she looks up like fully confident at the waitress and goes, "I would love the mulled wine." And my brain, like there was like smoke coming out of my ears. And I almost just was like, how did this happen? Like, where am I at? Who is this person? And then I was just like, she'll have the mulled wine.
So
that was the end of the conversation.
My wife has a theory about that. Her theory is that she seemingly in this particular instance believes in reincarnation and believes that people like you and I have lived many lives, and that's why we know things like mulled wine. And people like my wife and maybe Chan have not. This
don't
is their
know.
first time. They're new. She says this all the time. I'm new.
But-
You couldn't have possibly absorbed that in 35 years of existence.
Oh my gosh. When we first started dating, she used to use the word supposedly, like all the time. But she didn't know there was a D in that word. She thought it was a
Supposedly.
D. And I think it took
Supposedly?
like it took like a month like for me to like just go, you know that's wrong, right? It's not how you say it. It's not the right word. I've been dealing with this for the past like 4 weeks, but yeah, it's supposedly, not supposedly.
Maybe.
Please.
Maybe that's the
Maybe.
thing.
We may never know.
Maybe that's
Sure, it's not
the thing that-
mainly.
maybe that's the thing that's a deal breaker for me. You know, I don't have a lot to say. There's two reasons. One, I don't want to get in trouble. And two, Erica's pretty perfect. So
There we go.
There.
No, it's supposed
Nice
to be
job.
booze. That's
Anything.
booze.
she's wondering how I got to be alive this long.
Yes. In Mike's particular relationship, to our listeners, Mike is the new one.
Which is why Bridget and I, sorry I say names, get along so well.
It doesn't matter.
We've definitely
true.
said names before.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I really like that. Let's get into our game. This one's kind of fun, I think, and goes with, I guess, what we kind of just came off with. We know things. This game is called We Know Things? We Think? So the first question is,
Yes.
and you're going to need like your phone or like a notepad or something just to write it down.
Okay.
This is about everyday objects that we use. And
Ooh.
I want to ask you questions about them to see if you know really what they're meant for.
Oh no.
Okay.
Wait.
Oh, man.
Before you
this
go
is gonna
forward.
be fun.
Like I said earlier, my wife's in the other room and she texted me while we were doing that game thing topic. And she just said, "Why are you going on dates?" That's the only thing she heard the entire time.
Well, that should be an easy explanation. I didn't expect that to be the question.
Me neither.
All right. So the first thing here is, what was the small mini pocket on jeans originally designed for? Know what I'm talking about? That like extra pocket behind the pocket?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where I slide in my opiates,
Yes.
whatever.
Yeah. Mike's
And
opiates.
don't forget, Mike, that is not a deal breaker for Ben. So you guys could be together one day.
Right. As long as you don't smoke.
Yeah.
What a love story.
You guys all have answers?
Yeah.
What do we
Yeah.
think?
I'm changing it.
I'll start with Ben.
Okay. I think that pocket. Wait, I think I have the wrong pocket now, and I think my answer is going to be super dumb. I put hammer.
That's the
It's
loop
super
on the
small.
cargo pants.
I'll show you. Do you want to see a picture?
You're talking about the pocket that's in the pocket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
When they're
coins.
called 5-pocket jeans,
Coins.
it's that 5th pocket.
Coins.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. You're talking about the pot, and you can see this. It's a visible pocket.
Yeah. I'll
Because-
show you real quick.
Because there are some pants that have like a stitching in the bottom of the pocket. It has a little other thing in there. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think it's for loose change and coins.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wrote coins, no bits. Bitcoins?
Okay.
You know what? I'm just going to go with hammer.
All right. You're all wrong, so it doesn't matter. That little bonus pocket that is located in blue jeans is not to make you feel like a giant, nor is it for keeping spare change. It turns out that this mini pocket goes all the way back to the 19th and early 20th centuries when men carried a pocket watch.
Oh,
Interest. That seems so small for a pocket watch, though.
well, that makes sense. I've definitely seen that in movies.
Yeah. All right. Question 2. What does, and if Steve gets this
I'm ready.
wrong, he's being
I'm ready.
removed from
I'm
the
ready.
stream.
Sorry.
What does the arrow next to the gas icon in your car mean?
I know this one.
I know this one
Who
too.
wants to go?
Everyone has their answer?
This thing.
Yeah.
Okay. It is the side of the car that has your where you put the gas in.
Okay. Mike?
It's Which side of the car your gas hole is?
Okay.
You're a gasshole.
Your gas hole.
Which side of the car the access to the gas tank is located? Is what
You're all correct. You all get 1 point.
Bam, 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 bam.
All right. This next one is a twofer.
Yes.
All
Are you
right.
saying toother or twofer?
Luther.
Twofer. All right. So for the first point, there are two keys on a computer keyboard with raised like dots on them. Why is that?
Got it.
So I want to get that answer first.
Lock it and then load it. Because I'm ready to shoot.
And the next one's going to be a free point because you all have a computer in front of you. I just realized. But anyway, Ben, what is the reason why those bumps are there?
So my theory as to the reason is so that a person who can't see can have a starting point on the keyboard and then can memorize the keyboard from there.
Okay, Mike.
Mine's kind of like that, but I can't claim that it's for someone who can't see. I just thought it was there for people who are very fluent typers to know, like, without looking down the keyboard, like where they're at on the keyboard at all times.
Okay. Steve?
I have where your pointer fingers go when you're learning how to type. So it's like the resting position for your hands.
Okay.
So they're
Steve
markers.
got the point. It's where your index fingers in proper typing are supposed to be sat on the keyboard.
Ben, I feel like we should get half points.
Boo.
Mhm.
It's in the same spirit.
I did typing class in Catholic school.
Everybody's going to get a free point here. What are the two keys?
F.
The FJ Cruiser, baby.
Foot job.
No, FJ.
FJs. Okay, cool.
Footjoy.
That would have been a great question though if you should have like told us to not look or something.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I like as soon as I was looking at it, I was like, uh-oh. All right, so fourth. Where did the idea of a pom-pom on a beanie originate and what was its purpose?
Whoa.
I have a theory.
Oh, I gotta think about this.
My theory is bleak, but I have one.
Okay. Steve's still thinking, but if Ben has a theory, let's start with you.
So my theory is the pom-pom is what sticks up. So if you get caught in an avalanche, you can find the pom-pom.
Very smart choice. Mike?
Huh. Wow. I thought it was used like, you know, like a camouflage mechanism for people who are like hunting. I don't know.
I feel like it's the opposite of camouflage, but
It's furry, like it looks like an animal.
We're going to go ahead and log that under the same answer as hammer.
Correct.
I put and this is before Ben got his full answer out. I put to identify kids in high snow.
okay. No points awarded.
Thank you.
These beanies were worn by French Marines, with the pom-pom serving as an added protection from hitting their head on low ceilings in a ship.
Huh.
That's where it came from. It's French fashion, baby. Maybe
Who
if
knew?
Zach was here, maybe he would have gotten that.
And we're learning.
It's a pom pom.
He knows
Okay,
it.
this one's fun because I did not know this one. I didn't know the beanie one either, but
I was gonna say you knew the last one. You
no,
wild man.
why are doorknobs traditionally made of brass?
Ooh. Okay, I have an answer.
Okay. Give you a hint. This is scientifically based.
Ooh.
I think my answer is right.
Okay.
Good.
I now have an answer based on the bonus information.
Yes.
Mike, you ready?
Yeah.
Ben?
My guess based on that is they're somehow less conductive for heat, for a fire.
Okay. Mike?
Wow. I'm an idiot. I thought maybe brass, reduces the sound of the doorknob from squeaking or whatever.
Okay. Steve?
I put so it's less likely to rust shut.
You all were on the right track, but brass is a naturally germ-resistant metal, and given the high volume of people putting one of the germ-infested parts of their body in contact with the doorknob every day, it makes great sense to make them out of brass.
I like how they used that phrasing and not just the word hands.
Germ-infested parts.
Yeah.
It lets me imagine what I open
interesting.
my doorknobs with.
So Steve is still in the lead by 1.
With
I think
one.
this might be an all-arounder, or maybe
A nut-arounder?
We'll see. What is the design purpose of a long neck bottle?
Oh, Jesus.
So think of like a long neck Coke or a long neck beer bottle. Why that design?
I used to know this. Crap.
I'll give you my guess.
Okay,
I guess.
go for it, Ben.
So my guess is, and I think this is wrong because, the vortex is a thing, but I'm thinking that it helps to get the liquid out of the thing faster so you can drink it better without bubbles.
Okay, Mike.
I thought it had something to do with the efficiency of the bottling mechanism. Like the devices they use, it's easier to put the liquid in and prevent spilling, and it's just ergonomically better.
Okay, Steve.
I had less available surface area for air to come in contact with a liquid. So instead of it having a wider base.
Yeah, Steve is very close. The answer, no points awarded, but because heat transfers from the hand, keeping your hand at the top of the bottle will make sure the fluid inside stays colder longer.
So you're supposed to hold a bottle from the top?
Yeah, that's
Who
why they're
does
built
that?
that way.
Never hold it like that unless I'm like real tipsy.
You've been doing it wrong.
All right. The next one of at least one of my favorite guilty pleasures, Chinese food. Why are Chinese food takeaway boxes built different than any other takeaway boxes? So think about like the little paper ones with the little handle.
Freaking knew this.
And iconic to the particular genre of food. Why are they built that way?
Oh man.
Holy smokes.
Oh man.
It's actually a fun one because it's like a
Okay,
low score.
I have an answer, I guess.
All
It's a
right,
what?
Steve.
What'd you say, Josh? It's a what?
It's a fun one because it's a low scoring game.
They're giving me hints.
It's very close. All right, Steve,
All right.
what do you got?
They're easier to hold with one hand and eat with the other.
Okay, Mike.
That's a good one. I thought maybe I'm thinking of like the papery box thing. I was thinking it was developed that way to prevent like leakage.
Okay,
Like
Ben.
it doesn't soak in and leak.
First of all, I'd like to say that I'm happy that we were able to sneak the word leakage. That's our word of the day, folks.
Yeah.
Leakage. Word of the day. My thought was we need a graphic for the word of the day.
Yeah.
But my thought was maybe they unfold and you can make them into basically kind of like a plate, and maybe that was the design.
Okay, guys, it is now a tie game between Steve and Ben because, like origami, the Chinese container is designed so that you can eat food anywhere, any way you would like. The containers unfold to make a plate.
When you nice,
Really?
you nice.
All right,
I've never
next
done it. We
question.
should try that.
So we all have one of these. I'm going to show you a picture because I didn't want you to like worry that you didn't know exactly what I was talking about. It looks like this.
Is the picture of your dong again?
This is a spaghetti spoon. Okay.
Yeah.
What is the purpose of the hole in the middle of a spaghetti spoon?
Oh.
Everybody's silent.
I feel like I know it.
Whole spaghetti.
Okay. Ben, hit us. Go for it.
I think it's a single portion of spaghetti. So I think it's like a measuring implement.
Okay. Mike?
I hope that's correct because I'm not even going to pretend like I thought that. Well, the picture, I thought that, but I was like, I can't be right. I thought it was to drain the liquid while you're scooping it up.
Okay.
Scoop it a poop.
Yeah, I was going to say a specific like weight or not cuppage, but like a measure.
Our word of the week has changed. It is now cuppage.
Cuppage.
Cuppage. A measuring tool.
The picture might have given it away. I didn't even think of that. But yes, you and Ben are still tied. It is a perfect single portion of pasta.
That is good to know because I'm going to use that now because I always do.
Yeah.
I always get it.
And he's going to go, that's it?
And also on pots, the hole at the end of the pots is to hold your spoon or your spatula or anything. The next one we should all get because we are Pennsylvania boys. What is the significance of the 57 on a Heinz ketchup bottle?
We're not Pittsburgh boys. Cripes.
I only know this because for some reason my uncle told me this like when I was little.
Wait, hold on. I think I misunderstood the question and now I get it.
There's a purpose of why they put that 57 on that specific spot of the bottle.
Yes.
Oh, the spot of the bottle, not what does the 57 mean?
Now I know.
Yes. All right, go.
Got it.
That's where you have a glass bottle and you're pouring it out on your plate. You smack that spot and it helps get the perfect flow out of the bottle.
Okay. Is that where everybody's at?
Yeah, that's my guess as
Yeah.
well.
Okay, yes.
That's the hit spot.
The Heinz
hit
Corporation has put the 57 on the bottle because it is the perfect spot to get the last bit of ketchup out of the bottle. So,
Is there anything better than that
the
in
back.
the bottle where it goes? Oh, it's the best.
There should be a word for that. The
Cuppage.
suckage,
The word of the day.
the leakage,
K
droppage?
spot.
all right, this one's easy. What is the tab for on
drip
your
spot?
rear view mirror?
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Are we all good?
Yes.
But are you still thinking?
I'm still thinking.
It's at the bottom
Oh,
of your
I know.
rear view.
Okay.
Okay, go.
It's
I
to re-
think
to- okay.
no, Steve. No.
Okay,
Go,
go
Steve.
ahead.
No.
No, I want to hear your answer.
I think you do it if there's a sun glare in the mirror.
Okay. Steve?
It's to reduce the amount of reflected light coming through your mirror.
Okay, Mike?
Yeah, I call it a dimmer. So you got some behind you with heavy lights.
You're all correct. It changes the angle without you losing sight of what's behind you to reduce glare. I keep using the wrong keyboard. All right. This one's fun. I did not know this one. There is a vent on your microwave. It's either on the top if it's a countertop microwave, or it's on the bottom if it's like an under counter microwave or under cabinet microwave. It's not actually a vent. What is this? And if you can name the exact, what's the purpose of this vent? What does it do for the microwave? If you can name the actual name of this device, which is a kind of blanket term for all of these devices that do this specific job, you'll get an extra point.
Intake manifold. Did I get it?
Nope.
No, it's not a car, Steve. I keep going back to the word conduction.
Not far off.
Yeah. But that's what I got, conduction.
Okay. Mike? think of what a microwave is. It's
Well,
not
no, I'm
actually.
thinking it's a device it is the part that actually is creating the wave, or it's taking in whatever to create the wave that cooks the food.
Okay. I'll give you a point for that. Do you know what that's called?
A microwave?
So it's actually a miniature Faraday cage built to capture the
Interesting.
radiation from within the microwave. So, guess what, guys? I think you're all tied.
Mike's got one.
Mike's
We've
got
got
two
two.
now, but
Well, we
yeah.
all got one. We all got a
Okay,
couple.
yeah. So
So-
never mind. You, Ben and Steve are still tied.
Wait, hold on. What did you guys guess?
No, we didn't get that one, but you were still 2 down
Yeah. You're right.
previously.
So now I got that right, and I'm 1 down.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
We're probably gonna have to add extra because I'd be surprised if any of you got this. Why are the headrests in all cars removable?
Oh, I know this.
Do you really?
Yeah, I believe I do.
I did not know this at all. Okay.
Unagi. It's a Friends reference for those of you that don't know. Thank you, listeners. Whenever you
Hold
guys
on.
are ready.
I think I have an idea.
Ben, if Ben responded that quickly, he definitely knows what it is because it's so specific.
Shoot. Okay, I have a bad answer.
Okay, well, let's start with Steve. We'll end with Ben.
Yeah, bad answer first. Steve, if you say hammer,
Hammer. For I was debating between two, and they're both wrong, so I'm going to tell you both. One, to not get in the way of certain people's hairstyles and or
That's definitely it.
head shapes. And two, I don't even remember what the last one was.
that one was excellent. That's a great answer. I love it.
Well done, Steve. Mike?
I
Oh, the other one was so that just in case people have soft spots on the back of their head and they get in an accident, they don't want to jam the back of their heads against
That small subsection of humanity that needs that in their cars.
They have to get
Okay.
looked out for too, dude. Come on, you can't make a whole car around just those people.
Yeah.
So you just make them all.
I honestly thought my thought was that it was just so in case you're in an accident, like they can get you out of the car easily, like take it off the top so you can remove and get out. I have no idea.
It's a good guess. Ben, what is it?
That was an oddly. So I'm fairly positive that it's built so that you can remove it and break glass to get out of a car.
It's exactly what it is. The headrests are designed so you can take the headrest off and place the metal rod into the groove between the door and the window and twist. Without a whole lot of strength, the window will break, allowing you to escape the vehicle.
Twist.
Yeah, the grooves, I guess, like in there, when you spin the headrest, it'll actually shatter the window. Maybe we'll try that on your Audi this weekend.
As long as you have the Safe Light Auto glass.
Yeah.
On
Yeah. Just have Safe Light come. What were you guys doing? We're just seeing if this worked.
I knew it had something to do with like needing to get out of the car, but
Just to be clear, we're only trying that on Mike's Audi if we first drive it into a river.
Yeah. And we all
That's
have
the
to
only
be in there.
appropriate time to do
Pull it
that.
out,
I think
and then
I do have
Just
to
7
drive
of us
over a
in that
bridge.
car, and the only way we're going to find out is if we can crack the window and all escape.
It's probably going to be one of the caravans to what we're doing Saturday, unless Erica's car is still here.
Okay, now I'm getting worried. Let's not drive near any water or cross any
I think I have to go over a couple bridges to get to Phoenixville.
The car only has 2 headrests, so the first 2 to grab it win.
Hey, I might have back
yeah,
headrest
you're right.
luxury. I think I have
That
back
said,
headrest too.
Ben won the game. He knows things, and we're sure. We don't even think anymore. And
He's
Mike
the only one who's
came-
a teacher, Oh, you better know things.
Mike came in last. Technically, Zach came in last, but Mike came in last, so we'll have to think of a punishment for him. And on this, when this episode airs,
I thought we
we'll
came
show
up with
you-
Mike's punishment. We're driving his car into a river.
Oh, that's true. That's an expensive punishment.
Now I quit the podcast.
Maybe his punishment is he has to do a book report on like the 3rd volume of an encyclopedia book. So then he knows things. Maybe not that intense.
It's something not that bad. We'll think of something, Mike. We'll figure it out by this weekend, and you'll get to see his punishment at the beginning of the episode following this one, which should actually be Zach's episode, and you'll get to see Steve's punishment very soon with Mike's episode, which is very funny. He drew a beautiful piece of art. That said,
Thank you.
has been Friendly. My name's Josh. That's Ben in top right. You got Steve bottom left, Mike on the right, and Zach is, where is he, Mike? There he is.
There he is.
We love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Follow us on Instagram at Friendly Pod, Spotify, Friendly Finds, and Friendly Finds Forever. And we'll see you soon. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.